Hey everybody, welcome back to Works on My Machine, where I'm sharing open source demos of different AI experiments that we've been working on. For this week, I wanted to start outlining some solutions to the review bottleneck problem that I wrote about last week. And to kick things off, we're going to start with a fun one, and that is to make the hallucinations the point, to inject randomness in places where you don't really even know what you want the AI to come up with, and you'll find yourself actually looking forward to getting a chance to review what the AI came up with. You also find yourself building systems and building things in a way to mitigate any bad generation, whether that's to look at a default or to keep it time limited. So I'm going to show a couple of examples of that with some fun little toys that I've built. For this first one, if you've been very detailed watching these videos in detail, you might have noticed that the picture frame behind me changes in every video. And the way that works is that's actually a digital picture frame, and this is a Next.js app that I had Claude write to control it. And what I've been doing for the past few months is generating a different image with AI and uploading it, and injecting randomness by, I have this deck of oblique strategies by Brian Eno, and every day I pull a card. Today's was remember those quiet evenings, and it came up with this kind of lakefront dusk scene that's very, very serene. But so I have this TL Draw computer pipeline set up to generate 12 images through this little branching logic, but the only thing I change every day is what today's oblique strategy is. It comes up with a quick, interpretation, and then branches off in a bunch of different ways, creating a bunch of images for me to choose from every day. So something fun I look forward to every morning, putting it on the screen. But another fun thing that was going on a little while ago was getting OpenAI's image generation to generate headshots in Studio Ghibli style. Here's mine. But that was a lot of fun, right? And so one of the things that we've been thinking about was, what if we could have it do that automatically for us and have a little bit of fun with it. And so that's what we did, and we're doing with our team page. And so for this week's open source code is a quick sublayer app to this one actually generates a fact based on today's date historically. It takes the date and fact generator. It takes the fact in an image prompt that's generated, sends it to OpenAI, where you use your team photos, and saves those photos. You can update your team page, and so you can see here. Let's see the date fact and image prompt generator comes back with an interesting fact from the given date, an image prompt to transform the headshot based on the fact, and a short prompt here giving it the date, telling it a little bit about what we're going to do with these images to keep it on task, making sure it's a positive fact, and reminding it that this is going to be for a headshot, so keeping the person recognizable. And this actually comes with the OpenAI and OpenAI generation action, with usage instructions. We also have a Gemini one, which for the team photos, we weren't able to get great results from Gemini just yet, but I'm sure as the newer models come out, a lot of this will converge. And if you want to expand this out to a third or fourth model, these are some templates to work from. But all you need to do is input the paths to your team photos here, and it will output them to the output path as defined here. And then you can just run the script. And didn't go through the process of open sourcing our sublayer.com site, but if you'd like to see a PR that would be generated from something like this, we have this team data JSON file with the dates, actually having the historical fact and then the image prompt that we generated, and we can actually see a PR of our team photos every morning. And we've only been doing this for a couple of days, but I've been having a ton of fun with this. But so you can actually go here. You can go to our sublayer.com/team page. See, this was yesterday's. The first spam email was sent, and so our photos looked like internet marketers. And then today's was Margaret Thatcher becoming the first female prime minister. Where we've all got 1980s British political setting photos. And so, like I talked about in the beginning, two ways that you can kind of mitigate the problems that arise from the hallucinations are, if the photos aren't that great, if there are some artifacts in them, we set this up so that it runs every day. So the worst the images, the worst situation from the images is that it's 24 hours and we get a new one tomorrow. But if it's completely unrecognizable, the other thing that you can do is have a fallback. And so we've set it up so that if you hover over the images, you can actually see the originals. So a couple of the generations, as I was kind of tuning the prompt, it was, for Margaret Thatcher, we all were just like Margaret Thatcher, and our backgrounds were the backgrounds. But these kind of solutions allow you to play with the hallucinations, not really have to spend too much time on reviewing, and so you don't get backed up. You actually wake up in the morning, or you find out that you have this to review, and you kind of look forward to it. So that kind of motivation that was talked about in When We Become Cogs kind of goes away if you kind of make this into something fun that people look forward to. But that's all I've got to demo today. The code will be available on GitHub like always. I will also have a link to the TL-Draw computer pipeline if you'd like to play with that. If you end up using this for your team page or want some help setting this up for your team, love to help out. Reach out and let me know. Thanks so much for watching. I'll talk to you next week.